Do you know the top 10 construction site safety tips? Let's face it, construction sites can be dangerous places. With heavy machinery, hazardous materials, and heights to contend with, it's no wonder that safety is a top priority. But it's not just about donning a hard hat and hoping for the best. True safety comes from knowledge, vigilance, and a commitment to best practices. Imagine a world where every construction worker knows and follows the top safety protocols. A world where accidents are rare and everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. That's a world we should all strive for. And it starts with understanding the importance of safety on a construction site. So are you ready to boost your safety knowledge and make your workplace a safer place? Good, because we have 10 essential safety tips that are sure to make a difference. Let's dive into these life-saving tips that every construction worker should know. First and foremost, always prioritize fall protection. This cannot be stressed enough, folks. Fall protection is not just about wearing a harness and clipping on, it's about understanding why it's important and knowing how to use it correctly. You see, falls are one of the leading causes of fatalities in the construction industry, and more often than not, these tragic incidents can be prevented with the right fall protection measures in place. So, how do you ensure that you're protected? It starts with having the right equipment, safety harnesses, lanyards, anchor points, and the like. But it doesn't stop there. You need to know how to use them properly. For instance, your harness should fit snugly but comfortably, and it should be inspected for wear and tear before each use. Ignoring these steps can lead to dire consequences, so don't take the risk. Remember, your safety harness is your lifeline. Next up is the safe use of scaffolds. Scaffolds are a common sight on construction sites, helping workers reach high places securely. But they need to follow specific general requirements to ensure safety. Firstly, load capacity is a critical factor. Every scaffold should be able to support its own weight and at least 4 times the maximum intended load without any risk of displacement. Stability is another crucial element. Scaffolds should be erected on solid ground and be fully planked or decked with platforms and guardrails. The structure must be sound, rigid, and capable of carrying the maximum intended load without settling or displacement. Remember, before using a scaffold, always inspect it for visible defects and never use a damaged scaffold. Safety measures like these may seem tedious, but they are necessary to prevent accidents and injuries. Scaffolds, when used correctly, can be your best friend on a construction site. They provide the height and stability needed to get the job done safely and efficiently. Thirdly, let's talk about stairways and ladders. They might seem like simple everyday tools, but they're often the cause of accidents on construction sites. That's why it's crucial to use these tools properly and follow safety measures. Stairways, for instance, should have handrails and be free from any objects that could cause slips or trips. And remember, it's not just about keeping the steps clear, but also ensuring the landing areas at the top and bottom are safe. As for ladders, they need to be in good condition and positioned correctly. A ladder should have its feet firmly on the ground and lean at the right angle. It's not a balancing act, it's about safety. And when you're climbing up or down, keep at least one hand free to hold the ladder. Lastly, don't forget about training. Everyone on site should know how to use stairways and ladders safely. Stairways and ladders are everyday tools, but they can also be daily hazards if not used properly. The fourth tip is about fall protection training. Now you might think, I've had the training, I'm good to go, but it's not quite that simple. You see, fall protection training isn't a one and done deal. It's an ongoing process, a never-ending journey of learning and relearning. Just like any other skill, the art of fall protection needs regular polishing. It's vital to stay updated with the latest techniques, equipment, and safety protocols. Think of it as a refresher course that keeps your safety instincts sharp and ready. Moreover, the construction field is constantly evolving, and so are its safety measures. What was effective a year ago might not be the best method today. Hence, it's crucial to stay in the loop and adapt to the changes. So remember, your training doesn't stop when you leave the classroom or the training grounds. It's an ongoing commitment to your own safety. Fall protection training is not a one-time thing, it's a continuous process. The fifth tip is about personal protective and life-saving equipment. Imagine stepping onto a battlefield without any armor. That's what it's like to be on a construction site without your personal protective gear. This gear acts as your shield, guarding you against potential hazards that lurk around every corner. From protective eyewear that shields your eyes from flying debris, to safety footwear that can prevent crushing injuries, Each piece of equipment serves a crucial purpose. But remember, it's not enough to simply have this equipment. You need to know how to use it properly. Always ensure that your gear fits correctly and is in good condition. And when should you wear it? The answer is simple: always. Every time you step onto a construction site, gear up. It's not about being overly cautious, it's about being smart and safe. Remember, your equipment is your armor. Wear it at all times. The sixth tip is about head protection. Picture this: a hard hat. Simple, right? But don't let its simplicity fool you. This unassuming piece of gear is a lifesaver, quite literally. It's your first line of defense against falling objects, electrical shocks, and other unexpected hazards on a construction site. In the blink of an eye, a hard hat can mean the difference between a close call and a life-changing injury. They're designed to absorb the shock of a blow, reducing the impact on your neck and spine, and most importantly, your brain. Always wear your hard hat when you're on the job site, even if you're just passing through, even if you don't think there's any risk. Because in the world of construction, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Remember, your hard hat is more than just a piece of equipment. It's a commitment to your safety and well-being. Your brain is your most valuable tool. Protect it. The seventh tip is about dealing with toxic and hazardous substances. These substances are commonplace on construction sites, but that doesn't make them any less dangerous. They can be anything from dust and fumes to chemicals and heavy metals. The key to handling these substances safely is knowledge. Understand the products you're working with. Read labels and safety data sheets. Know what protective equipment is needed and use it. If a substance is unknown, treat it as hazardous. Don't take chances. In case of exposure, swift action is crucial. Remove yourself from the area and seek immediate medical attention. Every second counts. Remember, these substances can cause serious health problems and in some cases can be fatal. Exposure may not have immediate effects, but long-term damage can be severe. Toxic substances are silent killers. Handle them with care. The eighth tip is about general safety and health provisions. It's all about prevention, folks. Prevention is better than cure, so they say. And in our case, it's about preventing accidents and ensuring the well-being of everyone on site. General safety rules are essential. These include always wearing the right gear, never operating machinery you're not trained for, and keeping your workspace tidy. It's the basics, but you'd be surprised how often they're overlooked. Regular health checkups are a must too. These can help detect any potential issues that might affect your ability to work safely. Remember, a healthy worker is a safe worker. Maintaining a safe working environment is also paramount. This means making sure equipment is well maintained, hazards are clearly marked, and safety procedures are followed to the letter. Let's not forget, it's not just about rules and regulations, it's about looking out for each other, making sure everyone gets home safe at the end of the day. Your health is your wealth, take care of it. The ninth tip is about the use of aerial lifts. Aerial lifts are an essential tool on many construction sites, allowing workers to reach great heights. But with this utility comes responsibility. Safety measures must be taken to prevent accidents and ensure operator safety. Firstly, before operating an aerial lift, you should always conduct a pre-use inspection. This involves checking the lift for any visible signs of damage or wear and testing all operational controls. Next, remember to always wear your personal protective equipment. This may include a hard hat, safety glasses, and most importantly, a full-body harness. This harness should be securely attached to the lift's boom or basket. Lastly, never exceed the load capacity limits of the lift. Overloading can cause the lift to tip over, leading to serious injuries or even fatalities. Remember, proper training is crucial. Only those who are well-trained and competent should operate aerial lifts. Aerial lifts can take you to great heights, but only if used safely. The last tip is about fall protection criteria and practices. When considering fall protection, we're looking at two key elements: the right equipment and the best practices for using it. First, let's talk about criteria. Fall protection equipment should be sturdy, reliable, and tailored to the task at hand. This could mean harnesses for workers on scaffolding or guardrails for those on roofs. Now, on to best practices. It's not enough to just have the right equipment. Knowing how to use it effectively is just as crucial. This means regular training sessions, inspections for wear and tear, and a culture that encourages safety at all times. Remember, every worker should be equipped with fall protection if they're at a height of 6 feet or more. And it's not just about meeting regulations, it's about ensuring everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. Fall protection is not just about equipment, it's about the right practices. Let's recap the top 10 safety tips for construction sites. First, never underestimate the importance of fall protection. It's not just about equipment, it's about awareness and vigilance too. Second, scaffolds. They may seem simple, but they have general requirements that need to be met for your safety. The same goes for stairways and ladders. They're everyday tools, yet they can lead to accidents if not used correctly. Fall protection training is crucial, and it's something everyone on the site should have. Remember, knowledge is power. Next, personal protective and life-saving equipment are non-negotiable. They're your armor against potential hazards. Head protection is just as important, guarding our most vital organ. Dealing with toxic and hazardous substances requires utmost care and proper handling protocols. Don't forget general safety and health provisions. They are the foundation of a safe working environment. Aerial lifts require specialized knowledge about scaffolds. Lastly, fall protection criteria and practices are essential to minimize risks. Remember, safety is not just a checklist, it's a mindset.